At the end of the day, I was tired. In the end, I was tired. Do you have any knowledge about at the end and in the end? Well, if you know about it, you can switch to another channel. But if you're confused, stay tuned, for you will be learning the difference between the two. Hello Lorrainians, this is Lori once again and welcome back to my channel. In today's grammar episode, you will be learning the difference between at the end and in the end. Now let's talk about at the end. At the end is used at the time when something ends. Take note that at the end is always followed by a preposition of. So therefore, we can say, at the end of this month, at the end of this year, at the end of the road, at the end of the day, or at the end of this video. For example, at the end of this month, I'm gonna go back to my hometown. Or at the end of this video, you can learn something different. And take note that the opposite of at the end is at the beginning of. Well, I want to go back at the end of the month, but because of the pandemic, I will just go back at the beginning of next month. This time, let's talk about in the end. We use in the end when we say what the final result of a situation was. In short, in the end equals finally, or it is a conclusion. For example, I studied Japanese language, but I found it too difficult for me. In the end, I gave up, which means finally, I gave up. Another one is, I couldn't handle the stress of my job anymore. In the end, I resigned. Finally, I resigned. So take note of the opposite of the word in the end. In the end, opposite is at first. So I'm going to give you an example. I have a colleague. At first, we couldn't get along well with each other. But in the end, we became best friends. So let's recap the two topics that I talked about a while ago. We use at the end when it is followed by of, and it is always at the end of something. Whereas in the end, you say in the end, comma, SV. Or you could also say SV in the end. So I hope you've learned something from these topics and in this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you again on my next grammar episode. Goodbye!